We have some interesting developing news surrounding the San Francisco 49ers and their look for a potential cornerback to come in for additional depth because, as we know, Ambry Thomas had to have surgery on his hand and he could be back for the playoffs, but we're kind of TBD in that regard. And Jason Verrett tore his rotator cuff in practice prior to the season finale. We're not sure when he's going to be placed on IR, but that will likely be the next move that is coming for the 49ers. But they are working out a veteran defensive back, Casey Hayward Jr., today, according to Aaron Wilson. So this is obviously an interesting development because I don't make videos on every single workout that the 49ers have. They work out players every week for the most part, and it's pretty typical of NFL teams to work out players. However, due to the depth issues and concerns at the cornerback position and the defensive back position in general, we know we have issues and injuries at safety as well. Casey Hayward becomes a very interesting name because, one, he brings name value. At one point, by many, he was considered potentially a top 5 cornerback in this league. Now, he is a older player. He's 34 years old. He was a former second-round draft pick out of Vanderbilt in 2012 by the Green Bay Packers. But he's since gone on to have a really, really quality career, obviously starting with Green Bay and then really finding his footing with the Los Angeles Chargers. And over that time, he has just played, honestly, at a pretty high level. Now, over the last couple years, he's kind of tapered off a little bit. He hasn't played at all this season. The last time he played was in 2022 with the Atlanta Falcons. He only played 355 total snaps. So he wasn't like a huge guy that was relied on in Atlanta in 2022. But he played a lot of significant snaps for the Las Vegas Raiders in 2021, logging over 1,100 snaps. And when you look at the totality of his career, this is a guy that has over 8,700 snaps in his career. So he brings in a ton of experience. He obviously would be a guy that the 49ers most likely could be a plug-and-play scenario if that's what's called upon. But it is just going to be interesting to see if he does come away as a potential signee for the 49ers to backfill some depth issues, as we know. Over his long career that started in 2012, he has over 423 tackles. He's been targeted 657 times and only giving up 357 receptions for a 54.3 reception percentage, which I would say is not bad considering when you look at everyone else's numbers as well and how they stack up. He has 25 interceptions over his career, 81 PBUs, and 27 touchdowns. That's a lot of touchdowns for a defensive back. So obviously being long in the tooth, as they say, as a 34-year-old. Hey, we're the same age. Nice. It'll be interesting to see, even if he is signed, if he gets on the field in any capacity, if he's kind of a practice squad guy that they just kind of bring on and in case of emergency break glass kind of a guy. Like I said, he hasn't been on a roster this year from my understanding, and he definitely hasn't played in any games this season. So it'd be interesting to see what kind of shape he is as the point of the workout, bring him in, see what he can do, see what he can't do. So we'll see. We will see. Now, I do find it interesting that the 49ers specifically bring in Casey Hayward. And the connection between this is Isaiah Oliver came from Atlanta, right? So these coaches already have watched the tape of the Atlanta defense to study and gather information on guys like Isaiah Oliver, who they signed in the offseason. So my assumption is they've also seen Casey Hayward on tape when they watched Atlanta. So that is going to be an interesting element, maybe a reason why they called him and brought him in. Thought maybe last year he showed something, maybe still had a little bit of juice that the 49ers can pull on. And of course, the 49ers did play Atlanta as well not too long ago. So it'll be interesting to see if Casey Hayward actually signs with the 49ers, but just wanted to let you know that he has came in for a workout, and the 49ers are clearly kicking the tires on defensive backs. Let me know what you guys think. Should the 49ers sign Casey Hayward? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.